Hey everyone, I wanted to try something a little bit different today. I wanted to go over here to multiplayer and into the very little used Observe tab and to filter it to 2 players, so 1v1s only. And my thought was that we could hop into a game, observe it, cast it, kind of critique it, and try and guess by the end the rank of the 2 players involved. Because as you can see, this is like all of the 1v1 games that are currently happening right now as I'm currently recording. And yeah, we can hopefully hop in and catch a good game, a hilarious game, a regular boring game. Who knows? It's we're rolling the dice on this one. As you can see, this is the time elapsed so far. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit so that way we have the ability to fast forward if things are looking a little bit boring. And the other thing I want to keep track of is that you're definitely going to want to be choosing maps that are in the ranked ladder pool. Because if you choose one like Confluence, which currently is not in ranked, you just might be having players who are more likely to be, just playing quick matches as opposed to actually having a rank themselves. So why don't we do this? A King of the Hill game between Malian and Japanese. That actually sounds really interesting. So ADMCLK 4187 versus King Zero. I might say his name is Adam, ADEM, for this one. But let's just hop into it and see what we get. So we'll see how this goes. We don't really know what we're jumping into here, but leave your guesses down in the comments as the game is going on if you think you have a guess as to what rank these 2 are in this game. So we're starting off with the Malians and the Japanese. So again, we have Adam as the Malians and King Zero as the Japanese. So far, what can we glean? Going straight onto wood. He has set up the pit mine. He hasn't gone for kind of the traditional... Where is it? Oh, he did. Okay, never mind. He went for an additional scout first. That's why I got confused. So double scout opening for the Malians. Already am inclined to think this is maybe a little bit higher ranked just off of that. And Japanese now moving up for the berries, which I'm pretty sure is what you tend to want to do on that front as well. Very, very interesting. We'll speed it up just a little bit as the early game is a little on the slower side. Some decent haul so far for King Zero, considering that Adam went for 2 scouts. But he did get more for sure. If we slow it down just a touch. We have 7 here for King Zero, 7 on 1 scout for Adam, and another 3. So far it's 10-7 on the sheep count. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, so going with the full circle of pit mines into mining camp is definitely going to be slowing down the age up on the Malian side. Going to be a lot of gold early, which is surprising. Maybe there's a reason for that, though. Who's to say? For all I know, these are like Conqueror / semi-pro players, and I'm going to be sitting here telling them that, hey, what about that decision? Okay, so the Saharan Trade Network is coming up on the middle to take advantage of the sacred site. Now, even just the kind of annoying scout burning, I feel like this Malian player might be a little highly ranked. These are some decent strategies so far, for sure. Even the Japanese player is able to save his scout, get some additional damage, going straight for spears, but there's no way that he knows that this is going up with 4 villagers right on top of this sacred site. And so I'm assuming he's going to be looking for a pretty quick castle in order to kind of take advantage of that. Just some spearmen so far. And I think it's just to kind of stop the early scout aggression. Interesting. What instantly goes for the siege engineering? Does he know? Maybe he scouted that out. More gold. And immediately into professional scouts. Listen, I'm learning something here because this is a crazy build order right here. 7 on food. Sorry, 7 on wood, 8 on food here. Got 1 person on gold down here. At some point, is he going to try and build a pit mine on here and just get some additional passive resources on that front? I'm not sure. All right, so the very early battering ram coming out, which could be a good choice, actually, because all the Malian player has so far is just some scouts, but he does scout that out. So he knows that the Rams are coming. And just like that, instant archery range reaction. I'm getting the sense that this is minimum diamond. These seem like well-founded strategic decisions to me, at least. I don't know. So now that he's up, he's building some additional scouts from the stable here. A couple of archers and javelin throwers. That's going to be useful for hitting these spearmen. Or sorry, it's not even spearmen. One spearman and mostly actually single. But not going to be too helpful in terms of burning down this ram. He's going to have to bring in these villagers. And it's 2 rams garrisoning inside the battering ram? What level is this? Holy moly. These guys know what they're doing. And he just needs to pop out and hack these villagers to pieces right now. He's not paying attention though. He must be distracted doing something else. There it is. There it is. And now you can just pop your guys out this way and start to burn this down. Yep. Kind of distracting on the backside. Even so, I do think that this is going down. So the early idea of taking advantage of this hill in King of the Hill is just not quite there. The military count is now looking better for the Malian player, but I think that this is going to go down. Some last minute repairing. Can he keep it alive? It's still going. Oh my god, it's so close. And it just goes down. The landmark has been destroyed. That was actually really close. This still had a lot of health, but even just having those guys repairing, I thought they might be able to repair the damage that was coming in. Okay, so now the Malian player is being set behind pretty significantly. Only 200 per minute right now on the wood side. Means that he's going to be using a ton of his wood income just trying to repair this back up to full. That being said, was it all just a bait? Was it all just a distraction? Trying to get the professional scouts going? Because at this point, the Malian player has got a ton of food in the base. The Japanese going out onto the berries with the increased gathering rate there, which is good. An outpost to defend this forward goal. They both ended up with forward goals in this case, I suppose. And here's the pit mine up on the top here. This comp is interesting to me. It's got 2 sofas, but mostly ranged. And very quickly, it looks like the Japanese is actually going to make it up to castle first. A ton of investment into different upgrades, I think. Where's all this gold been going? He does have a market he's been, I think, selling in order to buy some additional forces at this point. Okay, what are your guesses? I've called that I think it's diamond, but maybe you have a better sense in the comment section there as to what it could be. Okay, so early walls to come up to defend from the mounted samurai raids, which makes sense. Scout out here, scouting out the relics to try and get them back with the Shinto priest. The Saharan trade network is back up, so other than the trade and the 2 villager kills that the Japanese player King Zero got, I don't know how worthwhile it was taking that down, considering it's just right back up again. A single deer carcass remains from that deer pack. Again, same thing here. And there's only 1 deer left, so the Malian player doing an excellent job siphoning all of that food. And here come the raids. So these villagers are all going to be going down. So that's 4 villager kills now. And still focusing so heavily on this. The ranged units, not even close to castle. Going up with the Farimba garrison now, potentially going to be wanting to go with the Javelineers for the poison damage and increased movement speed. That being said, these raids are causing problems. Sofas are here doing some counter raids though, and again, 5 villagers killed on the opposite side that I didn't even see. So it's actually much more even than we thought. The question is, can you capture that sacred site? If that's the plan, then you definitely want to get a move on that front. Fairly even on the military count. I would say that the Malian player is actually ahead based on the passive income from the pit mines. doesn't have any cow boom and in fact is just choosing to eat the cows at home. I mean, hey, free food. Not free, but changing gold into food is not necessarily a bad deal. That is a ton of floating food, though. A bit of floating wood on the opposite side. I can critique because I'm watching the game and not playing the game. Because you can rest assured that if I was playing, there would be at least 3,000 of one resource floating. That seems to be a weakness of mine. But got up to this next stage, has put so much pressure on this sacred site capture and has not captured the sacred site? Question mark? Save some wood, get this guy up going. Nice, okay. Finally. This is going to be much later than it could have possibly been, and we'll see how that works out. Some defensive palisade walls coming in to force them around the back. But there's a lot of siege coming in here, and I think these walls are going to be like paper in front of these battering rams. But the question is, are they even going to survive? There's a ton of very quick units there. We shall see. It's definitely the Japanese player fighting uphill in this case. King Zero, you have your work cut out for you. I think it's been 3 relics captured for King Zero and only 1 relic for Adam. A second town center. That is interesting. Is that going to pay off in time before the sacred victory comes up? We're having a big fight here in the middle. Let's slow things down. That's a good idea. Getting the relic in here to Wololo, hopefully buy himself a little bit more space. The 1 mangonel is going to do a lot of damage to the majority of these ranged units. But the Sofa are going to be strong in this case. They don't have their next upgrade. Oh, they do. Never mind. I don't think there's a blacksmith. No blacksmith upgrades other than plate cutter point. That's why it's only +2/+2 for them. But now, all you really need to focus on is maybe building a castle. There's no stone coming in for the Malians, though. I think this is a good idea, but I think you might be on a bit too much of a time crunch, King Zero, in order to make this happen. A good amount of siege. You're probably going to want some trebuchets if you can do that. Clearly you have a siege workshop back here, and here come the trebs. I think that's the right call. Another pit mine. The passive income from the Malians. In many ways, the second town center is only just going to be giving King Zero the equality in terms of economy. Let's do a quick count up here. Sort of 1,000, 2,000 resources-ish. And over on this side, we're looking at like 2,500. So it does seem like the Japanese do have the advantage with the more villagers. And they also have the... it's not listed here, but in the farmhouses, up to level 2 of the wheelbarrow and the carrying capacity for Japanese villagers is definitely something that's going to be impacting the fact that they're in the lead. Okay, I think we can speed it back up a little bit again. Choosing to keep this relic here as insurance to give himself some space, really backing them up against this wall. So interesting. No stone whatsoever for a castle. That is so surprising to me. Really relying on the Saharan trade network, which now does have the... No springle emplacement, of course, because there's no stone. Interesting. Well, we picked a good one for the first ever Guess That rank. I still think that we're looking at Diamond here. Poisoned Arrows is now complete. Did they end up going for the Javelineers from the Farimba garrison? It was Javelineers. So, again, this is going to be poison javelins, poison archers firing down upon a lot of spearmen, a small amount of Onabagesha, horsemen. I don't know. Things are not looking so good for King Zero. We've now caught up. We are at 1x speed. And we'll have to see how this all plays out. Because I think that this game may only have 6.5 minutes left with that sacred victory approaching. Because what is he going to do? All these spearmen are for the Sofa. And don't get me wrong, there are 14... Oh no, sorry, there's 21 Sofa and 14 archers. Yeah, this is going to be tough. finally coming over here for some stone. I think adding a castle to this is just going to be further insurance for our Malian player here. Also has a mangonel as well. Going to get it up here just so it can start firing down. Some Yoroshiros in the forge for that additional gold bonus as well. That's also what's, you know, bringing up the income side for the Japanese, is these Yoroshiros. We definitely need some more samurai. We need more barracks. I mean, I guess there's 4. So no, maybe that was the wrong call. Ranged armor is going to be very key to deal with those javelins. Honestly, more horsemen. Is it that just firing down just in case something shows up? Interesting choice. Using the attack ground command so that if anybody comes through this choke point, they're immediately going to be taking damage. That's a very weird move. Is that a like super advanced strategy that I don't know about? Maybe. Look at how much gold that is. At this point, the Japanese player could buy themselves into Imperial, no? And just like go straight for the Castle of the Crow? Potentially give them a fighting point? It might be a bit risky to try and build it up front like that, though. That's so funny. The attack ground, because he knows that they're going to be coming through this choke point right here. I've never seen that before. Okay, moving up with the battering rams in the lead. I feel like those are just going to get absolutely mauled as soon as they come into vision. Speaking of vision, can we see? Okay, he sees now the battering rams coming in. 180 out of 180 pop. And here it comes. They're going straight for this wall. Oh man, this is going to be the big fight. This is how it's all going to be decided. I think. He's able to break through the wall and immediately jump onto the mangonels that are going to stop doing some damage. He's walking the Imam into the middle of the fight. Maybe a bit too far if he activated that right now. However, it was too late. He was targeted down. And now it's up to the samurai, mounted samurai, and horsemen. Currently underneath the Saharan Trade Network does not have the springled emplacement. Is it going to be enough ranged damage? I feel like the Japanese player, King Zero, might have enough to push through. The mangonel is going to come in and cause major damage. This is a lot of ranged units, though. Is starting now to decap the sacred site. It's going to do a lot of damage. These Onabagashia are absolutely slicing through the ranged units as well. It's just the battering ram which is causing this. Get some of your units onto the sacred site, Adam, quickly! It's running out! We also have the Trebs coming down from the outside. Okay, the villagers are on the sacred site and are holding it. This is actually so close. Oh my gosh. Currently, leave the villagers there. Yeah, as long as he leaves the villagers on there, he's going to try his best to kill those. That being said, the Saharan Trade Network is down. There's 1,200 stone, so this could be potentially a Malian keep coming up. 4 minutes left on the sacred site timer. And I don't know if it's enough. Comes in with the sofa to deal with that mangonel. There is still a mass of 24 javelins and even some more, 5 more on this side. And the keep is now coming up. The full pull of villagers to now repair the Saharan Trade Network as well. Does he even have any villagers left at home? He pretty much, I think he did the Control A. He pulled everything to the top here to try and secure his defensive position. I don't think it's possible. It was so close to taking it down for those villagers coming from the pit mine over here onto the sacred site to destroy the ram. Meant that sacred site decap was paused and the game is over. Okay, match is complete. I don't know if we're going to be able to get into the post-match screen from here or not. We can. Can we see what what rank these guys are. We're going to have to go to their AoE 4 world. I'm not sure. Okay, so get your final guesses in. My guess is that was Diamond 1 and a Diamond 2 player. I think that the Japanese player, King Zero, was Diamond 1. I think the Malian player, Adam, was Diamond 2. Final guess is locked in. And now we'll have to jump into AoE 4 world and check. Okay, it's time for the big reveal. So we're on AoE4world.com and let us search for King Zero. 0710 is currently ranked Platinum 1. I think played extremely well for a Platinum 1, even though they were defeated. I had said Diamond 1, so Platinum 1 was a strong performance. And the Malian player, Adam, who took the lead, we can just click on his profile right here because the game was just played. Adam is a Platinum 1 as well, highest Platinum 3. But these Platinum players very much impressing me. That early pressure, getting the Saharan Trade Network up and doing the pro scouts as well. I think that was a really well executed game from our friend Adam from Turkey. So well played. Well, I got it wrong. Maybe you guys in the comments got it right, but we'll have to do this again sometime and jump into a random match because that was a good one. You never know what you're going to be able to find. The diamonds in the rough, or in this case, the platinums in the rough on that Observe tab. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be doing some more Guess That Rank in the future. But in the meantime, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.